VK200, a very modern and current cobalt vacuum. This one, I mean, it's got an issue which we need to try and fix before we can really have a look at it, because it's almost unusable right now. Let's have a look at what we've got and yeah, try and repair it and give it a go and see what this very expensive vacuum cleaner is like. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and German Vorwerk chums. How are you today? Yes, we have ourselves a little bit of a repair job. The handle on this vacuum cleaner, oh, where's the little lever for me to, there we go. The handle has completely snapped off. The aluminium has just sheared totally. The rest of it is buried up in this handle, which is going to be great fun to try and fix, which we're going to have to try and do at some point, because this machine isn't going to work terribly well without it. But what is this machine? Well, it is a Vorwerk cobalt vacuum cleaner. We've seen many of them on this channel, most of them from the very person whose this belongs to. So just another day in our world, and this one seems pretty good. It has a bag, very nice, and it's very clean and fairly tidy. All standard Vorwerk fare. Yes, very nice, clean pre-motor filter in there. I would hazard a guess that this machine works fine, bar the handle. We shall have a quick check in a minute. Ooh. I'll figure out how to put this bag back on. Oh, there we go. Literally just sits on the bottom. That is very clever of it. It's a shame that they didn't make the handle out of slightly sturdier stuff. I don't even know. Ah, there we go. So I can take the cable out. And will this feed straight through? I think it will, but I'm not going to do that yet. It's this really thin, I presume, data cable that's going to be the real pain. And you can just about, with this in a precise position, it's like playing the guitar. You can just about move this up and down, but it will stop itself from there. And this, from my VK150, it's to say this is captive inside of the body. So we are going to have to try and take it apart to see what we can see. But, I mean, I sort of hope we do get it apart, because we have the Cobalt EB400 Floorhead. Oh, Vorwerk seem to have done away with the whole lifted off the top. And look, they have a brush that's very similar to the robot vacuums. Yeah, same crap brush roll bearing design as well. But it runs and works. Ooh, it is a bit ganky. Oh, they still use the same size screws. The blockage port is there. Oh, this is a very used machine. But yeah, final flex. This bit will come up and down with various flaps and motors. Knowing what I know about Vorwerk, it'll just be a really good iteration of everything that they have learnt before. Oh, I need to get this back on there and have a look at what's in this bag. Now, I was offered the entire full toolkit with this, I can't lie, but we've seen all the small tools before. They're identical to the ones I have, except for this. It came with an SP530 Vorwerk's vibrating pad assembly, where somehow I've yet to read the manual. I think through this, you put a pad onto something, that's something onto there, and it just vibrates itself, which is quite exciting really. We do have quite a few pads, that's nice. Yeah, I think it's something to do with this, and then this clips on. I don't know, I don't care at the minute. Look, I know what this is from reading the manual and watching the DVDs a few times. You fill this with water and then you make that damp, and that's it. And it then effectively just wipes the floor. We can spray the floor and just use this as a cloth. And that is pretty much what this one does. It does seem to have seen quite a bit of use though, so lovely. Yeah, this is the bit that rotates around and everything else is suction. So there, yeah, this is the bit that clamps down somehow, somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to read the manual, but I cannot doubt that that works absolutely perfectly. I cannot doubt that it all probably works perfectly. It's just this broken handle. So let's plug it in and see what does and doesn't work. Bar that stuff. We'll play with this stuff when we get the machine. Broken as it is, it should still work. If I just plug this in over here, the handle itself has all of the controls. Oh, no, nothing works. Oh, hang on. Nothing works, but yes, we've had our typical Vorwerk fun. We just turn the power off because I've taken the flipping cable out. It's going to be a right pain to get back in. There we go. Right, that should be in. And in fact, we don't need to care about the handle because it's not going to work. We can't hold it anyway. There we go. Cool. So, oh. No, I can show you it one there. Nothing wrong with that part of it, so that's good. We'll just very quickly pretend with the floor head. I mean, I can sort of use it if I hold it in two hands. Oh yeah, grindy. Oh, wow. That bounce itself. Oh, did you see the line? Oh, yeah, that is immovable on its high power setting, just like all good Vorwerk should be. So yeah, it works. We just got to try and get this apart, and what I'd love to do first is get this flipping tiny little cable out of the way because I'm scared stiff that it's going to break. So we're going to start with the handle, I think, and see if we can get that off and work out how we're going to fix this back together. Well, this wasn't too bad at all. There is our broken piece of handle there. Then, well, you undo one screw and take this cover piece off, and then that cable is the entire switch. It must come back out of the vacuum, and yeah, then we can see the top of our handle. So all of a sudden, if I can get this out, that's going to be much easier to just get rid of this cable. And then on here, there is a plug. So I can, I think, if I'm quite careful, which isn't always possible, take out this plug here, and then, there we go, so unplug that, and then I just pass all of that through there, and then our handle is off. So your Vorwerk switch unit is completely separate. There we go, there's that, which is no good to anybody because you'll find it on eBay regardless. And then yeah, here is, I wouldn't say damage, damage is the wrong word, it's obviously been very loose and moving about on itself quite a lot for a long time, but it's not awful. So this is coiled so that it has enough slack to ride up and down the handle regardless, oh yeah, that's all chewed up, regardless of where anything else is. So that's fine. I'm going to feed it back through there temporarily so we can have a look at this. And yeah, it all does actually sit properly. The side that's broken is that side that bit there has just snapped out. I'm wondering if I could just perhaps pop a new hole in it and put a little nut and bolt in it. I think, or we look for parts, but I don't know how expensive parts are going to be for the value of this machine, or try something different, but a mechanical solution would be better. Let me have a think and see what we can do, but that doesn't look too bad to get sorted. I think I've come up with a stage 1 bodge. Stage 1 bodge is this wooden, this is for holding wood together with their flat pack furniture. And I've hacked a massive great big hole in it there and screwed it through this piece, although I've had to then cut the screw down so that all of the wiring fits through. And with a little bit of finagling of all of the wires, we can slip the outer handle back on, and that sits where it should. We can then, unfortunately, I've had to lose the bit of plastic that held all of this in place, so it's got to now be sort of pushed into place, and then I can clip this handle on. And I'm going to come back when I've got that on and we're ready to carefully screw it in. I have Q-bonded the heck out of this and hacked it down a bit, but it's all broken anyway, so we're not really wanting to achieve much more than this bit clamping through fairly nicely. Wish me luck. I think that's gonna do it. I can't get this bit flush because there's now, well, that bit's pushed in anyway and there's stuff underneath it, but the screw is nice and tight. It's on, it's just this bottom bit really. Up here, it seems not very solid at all actually, but we shall see if it will last long enough for us to do some vacuuming. Let's see if we can do some vacuuming. So, good. Oh, all the settings work. It has the nice auto park. So nice auto park. Why did it just put itself? Oh, I stood it up, it went into a low mode to clear the air. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that clamps down so well. And the handle isn't bad. Oh, this is what broke it, for sure. Max broke. Oh, whoa. And then auto. So auto is keeping it at a lower speed. Oh, I went off the rug, it got confused. I went off the rug and it couldn't auto-correct itself. It should do fancy things on the hard floor though. I'll leave it low so we can hear each other. Oh no, sorry, soft. This is soft. Medium. Yeah, the brush roll is now spinning at a very low speed. Oh, I can get right under the bird cage. That's very nice. Indeed. I wonder what auto does. Also makes it clamp down to even my laminate flooring. Flat, pretty much. Oh, yeah, you could vacuum on soft all day long. It's barely running. Oh yeah, there's still a fair bit of suction in soft. That seems pretty good. I don't think I can test it. Oh. Might be able to just about. Oh, that's a 60. It's only 60 inches of water left, but that means nothing on a machine like this. A machine like this is designed for the whole package. And yeah, seeing that floorhead clamp down on the medium setting, it certainly does that. This isn't any good, really, but there's not really anything else I think I could do. Comment down below. Does it just need a different bracket made to stick this back part onto here without my bodge of a wood connector? I think it possibly is. So I think we're going to park this here for now. We've got it running and I now have had the handle apart and know how it works. I think in video 2 we shall hopefully have come up with a better solution for the handle and we can get it finished off. But what a lovely machine. this is. Have you ever used a Vorwerk EB400 before? If so, let me know how you got on with it and what you thought about it. But until the next video, I and this Cobalt EB400 will see you soon. Bye bye.